UFC returns to New York City, Brooklyn. Where you at? Here's the hum, yo man. Where you from? Brooklyn #1, as Mos Def used to say. UFC 208, Holly Holm and Rendemi for the new women's featherweight division. Still shocked they have not put Cyborg on this card. I can't believe that wasn't the go-to title. Regardless, it should be a good fight, in terms of that. But I'm gonna shift focus because I think Anderson Silva should retire. And we were discussing a couple days ago on what clips we're doing for Friday, what clips. And here's Anderson Silva's last 5 fights, and this, as the age-old boxing term, for that side of the industry was, you don't stop fighting, the phone just stops ringing. Mm-hmm. The phone probably should stop ringing. And I mean, no disrespect. I hope this is his last fight, even though I don't think it is. He's 41 years old. We have one card for you, which is element number 24. And it just kind of shows that he filled in for Cormier, and he got booed, which is so terrible, and Cormier got booed. So we'll take a look at his last 5 fights, and it's not that I want to break them down in themselves. It's that going forward, he's fighting this weekend, and I just don't think it's going to end up well for him. And even if he were to come away with a win, I think Silva should retire. So it started, back with Weidman. All the way back. My God, 2013. It's been so long. And then he came back and he couldn't do it again, the broken leg. God. And Nick Diaz, he had a no decision. It was overturned by the NAC. Michael Bisping took it away from him again. And then he had a meteoric rise to fame in Bisping, finally getting to his championship. And then Daniel Cormier, where he filled in last second. So that's not how I remember Anderson Silva.
No. It's always a little convoluted when you have these conversations because you're thinking of it as a fan. You're like, oh, please, please stop.
Go out.
Go out on a high. And the same people were saying the same things about Kobe before he had that great 60-point game. Like, please just stop. We can't watch you miss shots anymore after we've seen you drain everything. It happens so much in boxing. Let's be fair. Floyd Mayweather's left one of the most unscathed boxers. He left with his record right intact. Mike Tyson didn't. There's a lot of people out there that tried to keep going because their mind was telling them, you've still got it in you. It's that fighter's mentality that I often give a lot of sympathy about because I don't think that you're trained in a way that your body just works to fight and to deal with situations that way, and this is your life and you love it. It's everything you put everything into. And this is where it's people often assume, they've got everything. But once that's done, regardless if you're 35 or you're 40, man, you've still got a lot of your life to live. And you're just like, what am I going to do? This is many people go into commentating. Now, that's an oversaturated market. There's everyone trying to get into be an NFL correspondent or an NBA correspondent. And that's where sometimes guys just try to get the last kind of hit out of it. Maybe they go out and they win, or maybe they're trying to make some more money. That's where I always think there's situations that are just a little bit under the radar as to what we don't look at as fans because we're just fucking just stop. I want to see you finish out.
I agree with that. I would love, because I am looking at it from the fans' perspective, because Anderson Silva is the reason I started watching the UFC, at UFC 100. So if it wasn't for Anderson Silva, I don't know if I ever watched the UFC until maybe someone like McGregor comes along. Maybe someone actually Dominic Cruz really grabbed my attention when he first started too. Yeah. But that's why I attribute so much of why I started to shift away from boxing to this guy Anderson Silva's fighting. Regardless what you think about MMA and cage fighting, because it still was trying to break out of that. By the way, so on a random note, there was an Instagram post, MMA Histories post. Mm-hmm. They had one that said 12 years ago today, it might have been a little more, UFC 1 took place. There was 2 divisions.
Wow. Over
200 pounds was heavyweight, under 200 pounds was lightweight.
That's insane.
That's it. And now you look at it and you're like, oh, shit.
That's insane.
199 pounds up, sir.
Kind of gives you an insight as to the way the women's division is going to go,
Over 200 pounds?
No.
Under 200 pounds.
Just the more divisions are going to develop. The women's division started the way the men's division started back then. There's 2 now. I mean, it took a long time to get to. Sorry, to get.
Now it's third. About to be 3.
It took a long time to even get to 2. It's just they take a little bit to get into the way the market and realize that there's a lot more people that want to partake in this sport rather than just the specific weight classes. So the development of the UFC is unquestionable. It's remarkable, and people like Anderson Silva will go down as being one of the ones to make it so transcendent. And that's kind of what everyone has in their hearts is we just want to see the guy have the send-off that he deserves and have it. But How many times have we seen as well people be given the send-off they deserve and then they realise, I maybe had one in me. And they go back and then they
that's
don't.
why,
they don't-
I mean,
like Roy
look.
Jones Jr. can back like 25 times.
Dude, some
Is
of
he
those
still
guys,
back?
Probably. Look, man, you should not be boxing into your 50s.
No.
Nobody should. Charity. I like when Mitt Romney charity boxed. That was
yeah.
awesome. That was great. And everyone
Bernard
won.
Hopkins came back
He
recently.
was Bernard Hopkins. I'll leave you on this. There was a great 25-minute thing with MMA Fighting. Their website was catching up with Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva, by the way, for those who don't know, was blessed with David Beckham's voice.
Oh yeah, he's got.
You get to be like a.
He's got another soft voice.
He's got. He was blessed with you are an athlete that we haven't seen in a long time. Just your God-given ability and your God-given training ethic, or not given, but worked for training. And then you hear him, and what a great question. They go, "Do you watch your old fights?" And he goes, "No, my wife would kill me." You're afraid of her?
Amazing.
No. Comment below.
Comment below.
Like, favorite, subscribe.
You sound like the guy from Family Guy.
Was it the greased up deaf guy?
No,
Herbert the Pervert.
Yeah, Herbert.
It's his name. I love when Chris comes by my house in the morning. Like, favorite, subscribe to the channel at Francis M. Maxwell on Instagram, at JasonRubin91 on both. Thank you for 1,385 followers on Instagram.
Yeah!
Couldn't do without you guys. Really couldn't.
Keep them coming.